Now, when we examine the hisab, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describes himself on the day of judgment as being Saree-ul-Hisab. Wallahu Saree-ul-Hisab. What does Saree' mean? Fast, quick. Allah's quick in his hisab, in his reckoning. What does this mean? What does it mean that Allah is fast in reckoning? There's two meanings. Number one, O you who disbelieve or doubt the day of judgment, or deny the day of judgment, don't think it's that far away. Soon the day of judgment will come and you will be judged. It's quick. You think it's far. إِنَّهُمْ يَرَوْنَهُ بَعِيدًا, the Quran says. Those who don't believe, they see the day of judgment so far. وَنَرَاهُ قَرِيبًا. But we the believers, we see it close. So Allah is Saree' al-Hisab, meaning quickly it's going to happen and Allah will judge you. Don't think it's too far. It's coming. You're closer to it than you think. That's the first meaning of God being quick in his judgment. That means the timing of it is going to quickly come. Number two, it will be quick in the sense that nothing can distract God. See, if I am handling your case and there's stress on me and there's chaos, I have to handle millions of other cases, right? Sometimes I could lag behind in finalizing your case because I'm distracted. A million things are distracting me, right? Does Allah get distracted by anything? No. Allah is quick. That means He will get to your case and examine it in detail. Don't think if there are 7 billion people there, that's going to distract God and you'll take advantage of that. No. He will be quick in getting to you and getting to the bottom of it. That's another meaning of Saree-ul-Hisab. Otherwise, this stage itself of reckoning is very long for a lot of people, my dear brothers and sisters. وَكُلُّ مُحَاسَبٍ مُعَذَّبٌ وَلَوْ بِطُولِ الْوُقُوفِ. You know, for some people, even though they did not technically make sins, commit sins, but they did a lot of things that are uncalled for in the world, right? Allah will ask about them one by one. That day you did this, you said that. You were at a sahra, you spoke for 3 hours. You'll have to go through each word that you say, and Allah will ask you, why did you say it? Even if He's not going to punish you for that, that prolongs the stage. Imagine you're already anxious, you want to pass your test, you want to go to heaven, and you have to spend a few years just going through your deeds. Yeah, it's serious. So this stage in itself is actually quite long for most people. What do we get asked about? The Prophet ﷺ states, لا تزول قدم عبد يوم القيامة حتى يسأل عن أربع. Your feet will not move from its place until you get asked about the following. 4. عن عمره فيما أفناه. You'll be asked about your life. How did you spend it? Let's go over your life. What did you do with your time? وشبابه فيما أبلاه. Specifically your youthful days. How did you spend your youthful days? وعن ماله من أين كسبه. Where did you make your money from? Halal source or haram? وفيما أنفقه. How did you spend it? Did you spend it on haram? Did you give your financial dues? Zakat, kafara, khums, charity. Did you do that or no? And the last one, and the most important one, وَعَنْ حُبِّنَا أَهْلَ الْبَيْتِ. And you'll be asked about our love, the Ahl al-Bayt. Because Allah commands people to pay back the Prophet by expressing their love for the Ahl al-Bayt. Now, my dear brothers and sisters, let's stop here at this very important point of hisab. You know, we said that it takes a long time, right? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will ask you about many things. It seems from our hadiths that the more you're extravagant in life, the more you do materialistic spending, unnecessary spending, the more it's going to delay the stage for you on the Day of Judgment, even if it's not sinful. It's not like you bought something haram with it, or you did a haram activity. No. But Allah created us in this life for a purpose. To worship Him, to do acts of goodness, to seek knowledge. See, that's the real purpose. If you spent a lot of time and money on other secondary activities that are not really important, that will delay you on the Day of Judgment. I'll share with you two examples here. One from Imam Ali alayhi salam and one from this hadith that we have from Imam Sadiq alayhi salam. How many of you have heard this incident that took place on the last night of Imam Ali's life before he got struck? So it was in the month of Ramadan, right? The 19th of Ramadan, he was struck. That night, the night before, the Imam alayhi salam was in the house of Lady Kulthum, his daughter, or Lady Zainab alayhi salam. The hadith states, at the time of iftar, the daughter of Imam Ali, she brought him the iftar, the food. What did she have for the iftar? Do you know? And there was some bread, there was some laban, milk, and there was some salt. It seems they did not even have dates, no tamar. So basically, she brought him 3 types of food: bread, salt, laban. Kulthum says, my father looked at me. He didn't say anything. He kind of like looked at her like, what is this? She told him, Father, what's the matter? Is there something wrong with the food? Imam Ali alayhi salam told his daughter, my dear beloved daughter, when did you see your father eating more than 2 types of food? Imam Ali considers salt a type of food. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? He considers salt type of food. The Imam says, take one of them. 3 things, I'm not going to have iftar on these 3, only 2. So she says, I wanted to take the salt. So he eats bread and, some milk, some laban. The Imam says, no, I'd rather you take the laban. So the Imam's iftar on his last night before he got struck was what? Bread and some salt. Then you know what he told her? He told her, Kulthum, do you want me on the Day of Judgment for my standing in Hisab to be prolonged? That I'm eating multiple types of food? Imagine that. Now we have faith in Allah's rahmah, of course. But the more we engage in materialistic activities, the more we indulge into foods, activities, money, spending, clothing, the more naturally we'll have to stay there because Allah is going to ask us, this food, where did you buy it from? That clothing, what did you do with it? That takes a long time. So Imam Ali is teaching us, look, be brief in your life. Avoid unnecessary spending, unnecessary activities. Now nobody can live like Imam Ali, of course. The Imam says nobody can get close to that. أَلَا وَإِنَّكُمْ لَا تَقْدِرُونَ عَلَى ذَلِكَ. The Imam says you can't do it the way I do, but at least try. At least try. 10%, 20%, 30%, 50%, at least try. Yes.
So if you eat like out once a week or you buy food for the family because the mom has to get a day of rest, is that like haram?
It's not haram. Remember, I'm not saying it's haram in any way.
Or is it like
But if we have a regular habit of having 10 types of dishes on our table, this will prolong our standing on the Day of Judgment.
Even in Ramadan?
Even in Ramadan. Sure. Remember, the Imam was in Ramadan, 19th of Ramadan. Now listen to this hadith from Imam Sadiq alayhi salam. The Imam says, on the Day of Judgment, there will be 2 believing servants of God who will be standing at Hisab, at the stage of Mizan. Both of them are the people of heaven. One of them, faqirun fi dunya, he was poor in this world. The other one was rich, wealthy in the world. فَيَقُولُ الْفَقِيرُ, the poor person will say, Ya Rab, عَلَى مَا أُوقَفْ عَلَى مَا أُوقَفْ. What am I standing here for? It's not like I had anything in dunya. What are you making me stand here for? You want to reckon me about what I bought? I didn't really have anything. I was poor and miserable. فَوَعِزَّتِكَ إِنَّكَ لَتَعْلَمُ أَنَّكَ لم تولني ولاية فأعدل فيها وأجور. You know you didn't give me power, so you're going to question me, was I just or not? I didn't have any power. And I really didn't have money for you to ask me, how did you spend it? Did you give your khums and zakat and kafara? And I didn't have anything. So what are you going to ask me about? The rizq I had was just the bare necessity to keep me alive. Are you going to ask me about that too? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala states, Sadaqa abdi. My servant is truthful. Let him go. Let him quickly go to heaven. There isn't really much for me to ask him about. وَيَبْقَى الْآخَرُ. Then the rich guy, remember, he's a mu'min. He died with iman. I know some people might find this difficult to accept, but I'll mention something that will make us more at ease. Then the other one will come here. He will stand so long. The Imam says, this person, due to the length of standing there and being reckoned about all his spending and all his activities, he'll sweat so much, such that if there are 40 camels, have you seen a camel, how much it drinks? Sometimes a camel can go days without drinking because they actually stock up on water. Now this is an Arabic expression, don't take this literally. The Imam says this person sweats so much, if you could actually feed 40 camels from that sweat. Like just think of the amount of sweating the person has to go through because they're standing so long. Then after Allah reckons him, then he goes to heaven. فَيَقُولُ لَهُ الْفَقِيرُ. When they meet each other in heaven, the poor person will tell him, what took you so long? You know, I quickly entered paradise. What took you so long? He told him, Saree-ul-Hisab. Allah had many things to ask me about. He says, Allah asked me about this, I find a way to justify it, then we go to the next one. Then another thing, then another thing. I had so many things to deal with. But in the end, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had mercy on me, He forgave me, and I came here. The rich guy looks at the poor guy. He's like, who are you? How'd you get in so fast? He told him, I am the poor guy who was standing with you. I am the poor person who was standing with you. See, Allah, those who suffer in dunya will honor them on the Day of Judgment. Sometimes, you know, you look at yourself, maybe you don't have as much as others have. Maybe you think your blessings are less than others. That's okay. Allah will compensate you. Now, does this mean that rich people are doomed? They're going to have a very difficult day on the Day of Judgment? No. There's a way to offset it. If you're rich, Allah has given you wealth, don't be so relaxed about it and make it a point to enjoy your life. Compensate by really doing good deeds. Put yourself through difficulty doing that which is right. Work day and night. Don't forget your ibadah. Help the poor. Go with your hands, help the poor. Feed the poor. Help the orphan. Volunteer. Give from your time. When you do these things, Allah on the Day of Judgment, through the barakah of all these good deeds, He'll offset all of that. And that way you can make it very quick. Yes, if you take the wealth and you make it a point, I just want to have fun, even if it's halal fun, I just want to have fun in dunya, it will be a long day for you on the Day of Judgment. It's not worth it. And to give you an example, let me give you an example, and I'll conclude with this example. Let's say you go to Walmart or Costco, Home Depot, whatever, these huge stores. Let's say you're at the store and you're buying something to get out. Now there's an urgency going on in the city. Whether it's a pandemic or there's an earthquake, there's a fire, there's something. You need to buy something and leave. You need to get there as soon as you can because there's a fire spreading there or there's a virus spreading there. You need to leave. If you bought one item or 10 or less, have you seen that line? 10 or less items? If you're standing in that line, how long will it take you to pass? Pretty quickly. But if you have 15 carts full of items, see, even if what you're buying is not illegal, it's not haram, you have the money, sure, no problem. How long will it take you to stand in line to have each item scanned if you've purchased 1,000 items? See, you get the idea. And remember, there's an urgency. You need to get out. So, as they say in Arabic, waqif ala a'sabak, right? You just want to get the items that you're stuck with and you need to leave. If you have a few items, you quickly leave. Khalas, you get it over with. But if you have 5 carts to deal with, it's going to prolong you. That's the idea on the Day of Judgment. What's your cart? Your deeds. The more you spent and engaged in materialism and dedicated your life for fun and entertainment, the more things you've got to deal with on the Day of Judgment with. The less, the better.